In 2018, there was a rather interesting Supreme Court case. It basically went like this. A gay couple wanted to get a cake for their wedding. The baker said, no, 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 I'm not going to make you a wedding cake. It would be against my religion to bake a cake for the gays. The couple sued, and eventually it got all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, acting in a sweeping act of justice and possibly mistaking the date for the 1950s, they sided with the bakery owner, leaving the gay couple cakeless. How can that be? Isn't discriminating against somebody because of their sexual orientation or their gender or where they were born or their race, did I say that, or religion or all that? Isn't that not cool, Avery? You are right, it is not cool. But if you can't beat them, join them. So that's why today I am making an announcement that will address this hole in the market. Cakes for Gays, the only cake baking place by gays for gays. Allies are also welcome, but that does not sound nearly as grabby as what I said a second ago, so. Well, okay, hold up. Didn't we just say that discriminating against people for the various factors we listed a second ago isn't cool? We did, and it isn't. It's almost as if I am doing this to make a point, and I would never actually discriminate against anybody, but this is in fact to show how ridiculous it is to discriminate against somebody because of their race or their sexuality or because they're trans, all that stuff that we previously mentioned. In fact, it's not really discrimination. I'm just not allowing somebody to buy a cake from me based on factors they can't control. Don't worry, it is actually a part of my religion. That's why I'm officially announcing furryism. It's a really nice book, it's hardcover. Avery, that's not a real religion. Well, according to the IRS, there's just a certain amount of criteria I have to meet in order for it to actually be a religion. Some of the main ones is Sunday school, a distinct religious history, whatever that means. And then, I'm tax-free. Just a quick note, the fur back there is fake. I'm not a monster. Anyways, by the way, just a little note here. No Sunday school this Sunday. I will be in the Bahamas, living the life, tax-free. It says in my religion, right here, you should only make wedding cakes for the gays and allies because I don't want to be hypocritical, or however you spell it. Also, did I mention that it's against my religion to bake cakes for very specific Supreme Court justices? There's 7 specific Supreme Court justices that I'm not allowed to bake wedding cakes for. Also, a very specific baker. You know, to the Supreme Court justices that I cannot bake wedding cakes for. Nothing personal. You know, I just can't approve of such a lifestyle. You know, going around judging. But I'm not discriminating, though. I mean, don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. I'm just, you know what? So, if you meet my criteria, and once again, if you don't meet my criteria, that's okay. I can make you a, you know, maybe a non-wedding cake, you know, maybe a birthday cake, as long as it just doesn't have anything to do with weddings, you know. But if you are eligible, guess what? Simply call this number, and I'll get right back to you. My number is 1-566-539-573-803-9316-18619. Again, that number is 1-566-539-803-9316-18619. Now, if you excuse me, I got a plane to catch, a tax-free plane.